Good afternoon, Dave Kenworthy here, 28th of the 8th, 2021. And today we're looking at the relationship from Stonehenge to Giza using the new Metrology. And I've done a series of units here with their ratios. And the first one's the Franklin megalithic inch, which is the Thom megalithic inch times 10 divided by 9. Now, in Berriman's Egyptian mathematics, that means that that is the inscribed square of a circle, and that is the circle. And to get to the Giza base, 40,000 of these units give us the Giza base. And when we use Thom's megalithic inch, 44,444.444 recurring units of the Thom's megalithic inch give us the same number. And so it is for all these others, where we get Berriman Shuzi 55555.556, which is that times 10 divided by 9. And this is what Jim Allison has given us. And this is what I've been looking at ever since, and it's just providing some stunning arrangements within the metrology between Stonehenge and Giza. And the one that is particularly important here is the Greaves finger. And we can look at it because we know that Professor Greaves discovered this Roman foot of 0.972 imperial feet. And we look at the relationship. .972 between that and that, and that's fundamental to understanding historical metrology, and it's in this table, but it's been produced as a whole number ratio between the Greaves finger and the Berriman digit, and we know that Berriman is using Greaves Roman foot, and it's all included in this table. Now there's one unit that I've put in that I've manufactured myself, and it's the Stonehenge cipher, and it's the Berriman digit times 8100 divided by 8000, and it's 0.7344. And the first things to consider are these units here. The Berriman digit. Now, when we look at 0.972, we get a digit of 0.729 imperial inches. But the Egyptian digit is this one that Berriman has determined. And if we divide it by 2, we get 0.3645833. And that is a solar year, as used by rods. Now, I'm going to show you what the introduction to my book From Stonehenge to Giza contains. And somewhere it's there. This is the Rod's reconciliation of my book From Stonehenge to Giza. There it is, From Stonehenge to Giza. And this is in the introduction, and I've called it the Rod's Reconciliation. And we're looking at Berriman base units here, and these are Hugh Franklin megalithic inches, and we can see they're here. And we're going 10, 9, 8 from Franklin Thom to Berriman, and we can see we get this Berriman unit here, 0.729, with the associated Giza base length, 36450. And here we get this Berriman digit that we're using, 0.7291666, with a Giza base length of 36458.333. And then finally we get this Berriman base 100 digit, giving the Giza base length that's the same as we get from Colonel Vise. And we can see the ratios Franklin for 40,000, Thom 44,444.44, and Berriman 50,000. Now these are very clear-cut ratios, and these are what I discovered when Berriman's book dropped through my door, just before I was about to publish this book, and I had to rewrite it and include all this stuff. And these units here were what Rods was posting all the time on her posts on the Graham Hancock website. And I wanted to know why, and we can see why when we use Berriman's work. So let's go back to this spreadsheet where we've got this Giza base of 36266, and it's against every unit. So 40,000 megalithic inches there from Franklin, 44,444 recurring from Thom, 50,000 from Berriman, and there's a Stonehenge cipher dropped in. Now then, what I've done in the next three columns is I've introduced the Aubrey circle in inches that Thom gives us. That's 1077.1.2 inches. I've introduced the outer Sarsen circle in inches, and that's 3916.8 inches, and that's 100 meters. And then the inner Sarsen circle is 3672 inches. And then at the side I've converted them to all these units. So for the Aubrey we've got 11880, which is 12 times 99 divided by 100. We've got 13200, that's Thom megalithic inches. We've got 1466.667, that's the eclipse unit. Then we're going up to the Berriman digit 14850, the Greaves finger 15277.777, the Berriman Shoesy 16500, and we know that that's an imperial measure, and we are using the imperial inch in all this. So there's some real complexity going on here. And we go to the outer Sarsen circle and we find there are 6,000 Berriman Shoesy in it, and Jim has worked that out on Graham Hancock's website and posted it on his thread for the Shoesy being related to the digit in the ratio of 10 to 9. Now look at these numbers, 4320, that's divide that by 12 and you get 360. That's 48, that's 53.3. I mean, we're not making these things up, but they're so beautifully tailored against this ratio here. And then the inner Sarsen circle, we get these units. Now, as soon as I saw these units, I knew something very special was happening here. Because this is Stonehenge, this area here. Let's just flag it up. That's Stonehenge. And this is Giza. What colour can we use? I think you can still see that. So we've got the Giza calculation here, and then we've got these are the Stonehenge calculations, and what we're looking for is to produce these numbers. Can we produce these numbers? We know we can get these at Giza because I've just shown them you from my book, but can we get them at Stonehenge? And the answer is yes, of course. I wouldn't be showing you otherwise. Can we get this number at Stonehenge? And of course we can. And first of all, we're going to multiply this column here by 7. So, and we're looking for those elusive numbers. Three, 6, 4, 5, 8, 3, 3, it's there. And look at that one. Haven't put it in. the Berriman meter. $39.375, and there it is. The Inner Sarsen Circle multiplied by 7 is producing that number, and the Greaves finger is producing that number, the Berriman shoes is producing that one, and this one, the Berriman digit, that's a lunar cycle. Divide that by 100 inches, you get 354.375. That's a lunar cycle. 3500 there for the Stonehenge cipher, so it's base 7. 31500, that's a version of pi that they were using, 3.15, and 28350, that's another lunar cycle. Now then, what we're looking at now is dividing this by 800. So that divided by 800 is that. If we divide that into that, we get 81. Now we've got 800 there, 81 there, 86.4 there, that's time, 86,400 seconds in a day. And this one's 237.6. Well, you can work out that divided by that is 2.75. The whole thing is perfectly balanced because we're using the right scale at Giza. We're getting the correct number here for the Giza base using Thom's Metrology. And what we can say is that when the Giza base is 666.6, we're taking 100 inches using Thom's Metrology off each side of the Giza base. Now that's got to be right, hasn't it? That's the ancient meter in inches, 100 inches off each side of the Giza base when we transfer from the imperial system, the base 100 system, down to Thom's system. And we can see how this works because we know that the megalithic yard in the base 100 system is 2.75 feet. And we know obviously in Thom's system it's 2.72. So if we divide that by 2.75, we get that. And if we multiply that by 2.72, we get 36266. And that is proving that Thom's Metrology works at Giza as long as we get the scaling correct. And what we're finding is this relationship here, the Giza base divided by the Inner Sarsen Circle is pi squared. It's plus that divided by that. 9876543321, there it is, Berriman's pi squared. Now this is an impossibility that this could be happening really, unless it's correct, because Berriman is telling us very exactly why we're using 800 over 81, and the relationship between the Giza base and the Inner Sarsen Circle is pi squared as 800 over 81 when we get the metrology right, when we use Thom's Metrology. So that's all I'm saying on this for now, so thank you.